In the grim darkness of the far future, humanity clings to survival amid a galaxy teeming with unfathomable dangers. The Imperium of Man, a sprawling empire spread across millions of worlds, is beset on all sides by unrelenting enemies. Ancient alien civilizations, merciless Xenos predators, and shadowy forces seeking to unravel the fabric of human existence. Yet among these threats, none are more insidious, more varied, or more difficult to predict than the Xenos. Alien species, some predatory, others parasitic, and a few temptingly seductive, test the resolve and unity of mankind in ways no other enemy can. To stand against this myriad of alien menaces is the sacred duty of the Ordo Xenos, one of the most critical and enigmatic branches of the Holy Inquisition. From the sleek battlecruisers of the Eldar to the horrific, mind-bending strategies of the Tyranids, the Imperium's enemies are legion. Some strike with overwhelming brute force, while others infiltrate and corrupt from within. In this endless struggle, the Ordo Xenos has become mankind's shield against alien infiltration and invasion, wielding its authority with ruthless efficiency. But why is this branch of the Inquisition regarded by many as the most crucial to humanity's survival? What makes its mission so paramount, even among its peers, the Ordo Hereticus and Ordo Malleus? The answer lies in its scope and adaptability. While the Ordo Hereticus seeks out heresy within mankind's ranks, and the Ordo Malleus confronts the existential threat of chaos, the Ordo Xenos operates on a different plane entirely. Its agents do not merely fight aliens, they outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast them. They gather intelligence, study alien biology and technology, and craft strategies to eliminate threats before they arise. This proactive approach often demands moral flexibility, secrecy, and unrelenting vigilance. The existence of the Ordo Xenos is not merely about defending humanity, but about preserving its purity and supremacy in a galaxy that would otherwise see it extinguished. Whether it is rooting out hidden genestealer cults, combating the seductive whispers of the Eldari, or thwarting Orc before they can engulf entire star systems, the Ordo Xenos serves as humanity's last line of defense against the alien tide. In this exploration of the Ordo Xenos, we will delve into its history, its heroes, and its most defining moments. We will examine the technologies and tactics that make this branch of the Inquisition so uniquely suited to its task, as well as the shadows that inevitably surround its work. What sacrifices must be made to keep humanity safe? How far is too far in the pursuit of survival? And what secrets does the Ordo Xenos keep locked away from the eyes of even the Emperor's most faithful servants? Prepare to uncover the hidden war against the alien, a battle waged not for glory, but for the very survival of the human race. In this grim fight, the Ordo Xenos stands as a silent sentinel, ensuring that mankind's light endures against the encroaching darkness. The Ordo Xenos operates as a covert and highly specialized branch of the Inquisition, and its success depends on the collaboration of a diverse array of key players, each fulfilling distinct roles in its shadowy war against alien threats. These individuals and organizations combine intelligence, martial prowess, and unwavering faith to protect humanity from the alien tide. At the forefront of the Ordo Xenos are its Inquisitors, enigmatic figures who wield unparalleled authority to combat the Xenos menace. However, their efforts are supported by an intricate network of allies, tools, and operatives. Inquisitors of the Ordo Xenos are as diverse as the threats they face, ranging from cold pragmatists to fanatical Puritans. Some specialize in eradicating the threat of genestealer cults, dedicating their lives to understanding the subtle ways these alien organisms infiltrate human societies. Others are focused on countering the ancient and inscrutable Eldar, their expertise centered on deciphering the motives behind this enigmatic race's often self-serving actions. Yet others study the bio-horrors of the Tyranids, seeking any exploitable weakness within their hive mind-driven swarms. Despite these differences in focus, all Ordo Xenos Inquisitors share a singular goal: ensuring the survival of mankind at any cost. To aid them in their mission, these Inquisitors often rely on acolytes, trusted operatives who serve as their eyes, ears, and hands in the field. Acolytes come from diverse backgrounds, including former soldiers, rogue traders, tech priests, and even repentant heretics. Each acolyte brings a unique set of skills, such as expertise in alien languages, combat experience, or proficiency in reverse engineering Xenos technology. Their loyalty is ensured by rigorous indoctrination and the ever-looming fear of their master's wrath. One of the most powerful tools in the Ordo Xenos arsenal is the Death Watch, a specialized branch of the Adeptus Astartes, created to serve as the hammer of the Inquisition. Composed of elite space marines drawn from various chapters, the Death Watch is uniquely trained and equipped to combat Xenos threats. Each member is a veteran warrior who has proven their mettle in countless battles, and their combined knowledge of alien tactics makes them a formidable force. Deathwatch kill teams are deployed to execute precision strikes against alien infestations, assassinate alien leaders, or secure ancient artifacts of immense power. Equally vital are the Magos biologists and other adepts of the Adeptus Mechanicus who collaborate with the Ordo Xenos to study alien technologies and biology. These tech priests perform the delicate work of dissecting Xenos specimens, deciphering alien data, and creating countermeasures against threats that defy conventional understanding. Their expertise is indispensable in unraveling the mysteries of Tyranid evolution, Necron awakening protocols, or Orc reproductive mechanisms. While their methods often stray into morally dubious territory, their results are critical to humanity's survival. Rogue traders, though not formally part of the Ordo Xenos, are another crucial component of the fight against alien threats. These daring individuals operate on the fringes of Imperial space, navigating uncharted territories and engaging in trade with alien species. In doing so, they often uncover vital intelligence about potential threats or unearth Xenos artifacts that could be weaponized or studied. Many rogue traders are unofficial allies of the Ordo Xenos, providing vital information in exchange for the Inquisition's protection or tacit approval of their actions. The Ordo Xenos also works closely with local planetary defense forces and Arbites when combating Xenos infiltrations within human worlds. While these forces lack the specialized training of Deathwatch Marines or Acolytes, their sheer numbers and familiarity with local environments can make them invaluable in rooting out Xenos cults or defending against alien incursions. Finally, there are the shadowy figures who operate in the void between law and heresy. Xenologists, sanctioned psychers, and even renegades who have turned their expertise against their former masters. These individuals provide insights that no loyal Imperial servant could gain, albeit at great risk. Their inclusion underscores the Ordo Xenos' willingness to blur ethical lines in pursuit of its ultimate goal. Together, these key players form a web of power, knowledge, and resolve, each contributing to the Ordo Xenos' relentless mission to safeguard humanity. It is through their combined efforts that the Ordo Xenos stands as a bulwark against the galaxy's myriad alien threats. Their work is grim, thankless, and often shrouded in secrecy, but without them, humanity's survival would be a fleeting hope. The origins of the Ordo Xenos lie deep in the turbulent history of the Imperium of Man, forged in response to the growing realization that alien threats posed an existential danger to humanity's survival. To understand why this shadowy branch of the Inquisition was created, it is crucial to examine the broader context of the galaxy during the early days of the Imperium and the challenges faced by mankind as it sought to unify and expand its empire. During the Great Crusade, the Emperor of Mankind led his legions of space marines across the stars, reclaiming lost human worlds and bringing countless systems into the fold of the Imperium. However, this golden age of conquest also exposed humanity to the true scale of the galaxy's dangers. Every sector brought new alien species, some ancient and incomprehensible, others brutal and primitive. While many were crushed under the weight of the Emperor's armies, others proved far more resilient or elusive. The Eldar, Necrons, and Orcs, as well as less-known but equally dangerous Xenos, revealed the scope of alien diversity and power. The Horus Heresy marked a turning point in mankind's relationship with the alien. As chaos tore the Imperium apart from within, humanity's vulnerability became starkly apparent. Xenos species capitalized on the conflict, raiding weakened Imperial worlds or forming alliances with traitors. While the traitorous legions of Horus were the primary concern of the Emperor and his loyalists, it was evident that alien threats could no longer be dismissed as minor obstacles in the grand scheme of conquest. In the aftermath of the heresy, the Imperium faced an unprecedented crisis. Entire sectors had been devastated, the Legiones Astartes fractured, and the Emperor entombed on the Golden Throne. Humanity was forced to rebuild amidst chaos, and the Xenos threat became more acute. Worlds once secured by the Emperor's armies fell prey to alien invasions, and new Xenos empires emerged in regions of the galaxy where Imperial authority had waned. Additionally, alien infiltration became a growing concern, as species like the Genostealers began to spread their insidious cults among human populations. The establishment of the Inquisition during this period was a direct response to the Imperium's fragmented state. Recognizing the need for an unyielding force to root out internal and external threats, Malcador the Sigillite and the Emperor's closest advisors laid the foundations of this secretive organization. Initially, the Inquisition was tasked with rooting out heresy and corruption, focusing heavily on chaos in the wake of the Horus Heresy. However, the alien threat could not be ignored for long. The formal creation of the Ordo Xenos came as a result of escalating crises tied to Xenos activity. The Tyranids' initial incursions along the eastern fringe and the devastating potential of Necron awakenings underscored the need for a dedicated branch of the Inquisition. It became evident that fighting Xenos required specialized knowledge and tactics beyond the capacity of standard Imperial forces. The Ordo Xenos was tasked not only with eliminating alien threats, but also with understanding them, an unorthodox and controversial mission in a galaxy that largely viewed Xenos as abominations. The Ordo Xenos also emerged from the necessity of maintaining humanity's purity in the face of alien influence. While outright invasions posed obvious dangers, subtler threats, such as Xenos artifacts that corrupted minds or alien philosophies that tempted weak-willed leaders, demanded a more insidious response. The Ordo Xenos' agents were given the authority to act autonomously, answerable only to the High Lords of Terra, allowing them to move swiftly and decisively. Key early figures in the Ordo Xenos' formation included Inquisitors who had distinguished themselves during the Great Crusade and Heresy. These individuals carried forward the Emperor's directive to protect humanity by any means necessary. Their methods, however, often brought them into conflict with the ecclesiarchy and other imperial institutions. The willingness of Ordo Xenos agents to study alien technology or make temporary alliances with certain Xenos species for intelligence-gathering purposes was met with suspicion and hostility. Yet their results could not be denied. The Ordo Xenos became a vital pillar of the Imperium, not because it followed tradition, but because it adapted to the galaxy's unrelenting changes. Its creation was born of necessity, a recognition that ignorance of the alien was a path to extinction. Humanity's survival demanded knowledge, cunning, and a willingness to confront the unknown. Thus, the Ordo Xenos arose, not merely as a hammer to crush Xenos, but as a scalpel to excise their influence before it could take root. It was a new kind of war, fought in shadows and secrecy, but no less essential to the Imperium's survival. The history of the Ordo Xenos is a tapestry of covert operations, decisive strikes, and tireless vigilance against alien threats. Over millennia, this branch of the Inquisition has been pivotal in safeguarding humanity, even if its deeds remain shrouded in secrecy. A chronological examination of its key events reveals how the Ordo Xenos evolved to counter the galaxy's diverse Xenos threats and solidify its role as humanity's guardian against the alien. In the aftermath of the Horus Heresy, the first seeds of the Ordo Xenos were planted when reports of Xenos exploitation during the rebellion surfaced. Rogue factions of traitorous humans had allied with alien species, such as the perfidious Eldar or even lesser-known Xenos mercenaries, using their technology and knowledge to subvert the Emperor's vision. Early Inquisitors, though primarily focused on rooting out chaos, recognized the need to isolate and contain these alien influences. Small, informal groups of Inquisitors began specializing in Xenos-related cases, laying the groundwork for what would later become the Ordo Xenos. The rise of the Death Watch in M32 marked a turning point for the Ordo Xenos. This elite chapter of the Adeptus Astartes was formerly dedicated to combating Xenos threats, and their formation was closely tied to the Inquisition's growing focus on alien dangers. Death Watch kill teams became the Ordo Xenos' most powerful tool, enabling precise and lethal responses to Xenos incursions. The first recorded deployment of the Death Watch was against an Orc Wa, threatening the borders of Segmentum Tempestus. This decisive intervention not only stopped the Orc advance, but also set a precedent for future collaborations between the Ordo Xenos and the Death Watch. The late M34 brought the Imperium face-to-face with the enigmatic Eldar. The Ordo Xenos spearheaded efforts to counter Eldar manipulations, particularly their use of webway portals to conduct raids on Imperial worlds. Inquisitors specializing in Eldar lore emerged during this time, and they began deciphering fragments of Eldar prophecy to anticipate their actions. One notable success was the containment of an Eldar Corsair fleet in the Argelian sector, achieved through a daring infiltration mission led by an Inquisitor and a Death Watch kill team. The discovery of Genestealer cults in M35 further elevated the importance of the Ordo Xenos. These insidious organisms, capable of embedding themselves within human populations and undermining entire planets, required an entirely new approach. Inquisitors tasked with combating these cults pioneered methods of genetic analysis and surveillance to detect the early signs of infection. The cleansing of Vitrus II, where an entire planetary hive was purged of Genestealer influence, became a model operation for future campaigns against these Xenos infiltrators. The Tyranic Wars, beginning in late M41, were among the most significant events in Ordo Xenos history. The arrival of High Fleet Behemoth marked the first full-scale invasion of the Tyranids into the galaxy. The Ordo Xenos was instrumental in gathering intelligence on these biohorrors, working alongside the Magos biologists of the Adeptus Mechanicus to understand Tyranid biology and devise countermeasures. During the Second Tyranic War, the Ordo Xenos coordinated with the Ultramarines and other Imperial forces to defend Macragge, a victory that prevented the High Fleet from advancing deeper into the galaxy. Parallel to the Tyranid threat, the awakening of the Necrons presented a unique and existential challenge. The Ordo Xenos spearheaded early investigations into Necron tomb worlds, often at great cost. Inquisitors like Varnak the Relentless became infamous for their relentless pursuit of Necron artifacts, even as these ancient machines began reclaiming their dominion over lost territories. One of the Ordo Xenos' greatest triumphs was the sabotage of a Necron stasis field generator on the world of Travalis, delaying the awakening of an entire dynasty and buying the Imperium precious time. The Damocles Crusade against the Tau Empire in M41 was another defining moment. Although the Tau were initially seen as a minor threat, their rapid technological advancement and their philosophy of the greater good posed a unique danger. The Ordo Xenos worked tirelessly to counter Tau propaganda and technology, identifying key weaknesses in their command structure and striking at critical targets to disrupt their expansion. The Ordo Xenos also played a quiet but vital role during the Great Rift's formation in late M41. With the galaxy split in two, alien threats intensified, and the Ordo Xenos expanded its efforts to counter Xenos incursions in the Imperium Nihilis. Inquisitors deployed to the darkened regions of the galaxy uncovered horrifying new Xenos species emerging from the rift's turbulence, and their reports have only deepened the Imperium's understanding of the ever-growing alien threat. Throughout its history, the Ordo Xenos has remained steadfast in its mission. From the early days of combating isolated alien threats to the modern era of galaxy-spanning invasions, its actions have ensured that humanity retains a fragile foothold in an overwhelmingly hostile universe. Each event, each battle, and each investigation contributes to the ongoing war against the Xenos, a war that the Ordo Xenos knows can never truly be won, but must never be lost. Among the many critical moments in the history of the Ordo Xenos, the intervention during the Tyranic Wars stands as a defining chapter. This conflict, spanning decades, not only tested the limits of the Ordo Xenos' resources and strategies, but also cemented its position as one of the Imperium's most vital defenders against alien threats. The confrontation with High Fleet Behemoth was not merely a battle of survival, but a watershed moment that shaped the Ordo Xenos' future methods and priorities. The events began in the late 41st millennium, when Imperial colonies on the eastern fringe reported disturbing anomalies. Communications were lost, entire planets were stripped of life, and fleeing refugees spoke of horrors beyond comprehension. Initially dismissed as exaggerations or isolated incidents, the reports gained alarming consistency. Soon, the true threat was revealed, a vast biological swarm unlike anything previously encountered. This was the first recorded contact with the Tyranids, a Xeno species utterly alien in nature and utterly dedicated to consumption and assimilation. High Fleet Behemoth moved with a singular purpose, consuming entire star systems to fuel its relentless advance. The Ordo Xenos immediately recognized the unprecedented nature of the threat. Unlike orcs, whose warlike tendencies could be manipulated, or the Eldar, whose motives could be deciphered, the Tyranids operated with terrifying simplicity. They consumed all organic matter, leaving barren wastelands in their wake. They were not merely an invading force, they were an existential threat to life itself. Inquisitor Cryptman, a figure whose name would become synonymous with the Tyranic Wars, emerged as the central figure in the Ordo Xenos' efforts. Cryptman's relentless pursuit of information about the Tyranids led him to order extreme measures that would forever mark him as both a hero and a pariah. His early investigations revealed the structure of the Tyranid swarm, the role of synapse creatures, and the horrifying adaptability of the hive mind. Armed with this knowledge, Cryptman formulated strategies that became the foundation of Imperial resistance. The pivotal moment in this conflict came during the defense of Macragge, the homeworld of the Ultramarines chapter. High Fleet Behemoth had advanced through the eastern fringe, its tendrils spreading destruction across entire sectors. Cryptman worked closely with the Ultramarines and other Imperial forces to prepare for the inevitable confrontation. It was here that the Ordo Xenos demonstrated its ability to coordinate massive operations, combining Death Watch kill teams, Magos biologist researchers, and local planetary defenses in a desperate attempt to hold back the swarm. Cryptman's strategy involved more than just brute force. He authorized the use of exterminatus on several key worlds, a decision that remains one of the most controversial in Ordo Xenos history. By denying the Tyranids access to biomass, Cryptman hoped to slow their advance, forcing the High Fleet to deplete its resources before reaching Macragge. These actions, while effective, earned him condemnation from other factions within the Imperium, particularly the Ecclesiarchy, which viewed his methods as unforgivable. When High Fleet Behemoth finally reached Macragge, the battle that ensued was one of the most brutal in Imperial history. The Ultramarines, supported by Death Watch kill teams and an array of experimental anti-Xenos weaponry developed by the Adeptus Mechanicus, fought with unmatched determination. The Ordo Xenos' contributions were critical, Covert operations disrupted the Tyranids' synaptic control, while Deathwatch squads targeted high-value bioforms, such as hive tyrants and carnifexes. Despite this, the cost was staggering. The Tyranids overwhelmed the orbital defenses, and much of Macragy's polar fortresses were lost before the fleet was ultimately destroyed. The victory at Macragge marked the end of Hive Fleet Behemoth, but at an enormous price. The Ultramarines suffered catastrophic losses, and the Eastern Fringe remained a scarred and desolate region. However, the battle provided the Ordo Xenos with invaluable insights into the Tyranid threat. Kryptman's actions, though controversial, ensured that the Imperium could prepare for future hive fleets, leading to the development of specialized anti-Tyranid tactics and weaponry. The aftermath of the Tyranic Wars had profound implications for the Ordo Xenos. Kryptman himself became a divisive figure. While many within the Inquisition lauded his foresight and dedication, others argued that his methods endangered the very humanity he sought to protect. Ultimately, Kryptman was declared a rogue inquisitor, though his influence continued to shape the Ordo Xenos' approach to Xenos threats. This key event exemplified the challenges faced by the Ordo Xenos in balancing pragmatism with principle. The defense of Macragge was not merely a victory over the Tyranids, but a lesson in the price of survival. It demonstrated the necessity of the Ordo Xenos' work and the grim decisions required to safeguard humanity in a galaxy that offers no mercy. The legacy of this event endures, shaping how the Ordo Xenos confronts the galaxy's countless alien threats in its tireless, unending war. The influence of the Ordo Xenos ripples through the Imperium in ways both visible and hidden, shaping the galaxy's history and the ongoing struggle for humanity's survival. Its actions have a profound and often understated impact, affecting military strategies, political alliances, and even the cultural perception of alien threats. While its operations are shrouded in secrecy, the effects of its work are felt far and wide, ensuring that the Imperium remains resilient against the unrelenting dangers posed by Xeno species. One of the Ordo Xenos' most significant contributions is its role in preserving the Imperium's territorial integrity. By identifying and neutralizing alien threats before they can escalate into full-scale invasions, the Ordo Xenos acts as a silent guardian. Planets saved from Genestealer infestations, systems protected from Orc Waxes, and sectors spared the devastation of Tyranid hive fleets all owe their survival to the covert actions of the Ordo Xenos. These victories often go uncelebrated, known only to the few who understand the enormity of the Xenos menace, but they are crucial in maintaining the Imperium's stability. The Ordo Xenos also plays a critical role in shaping Imperial military doctrine. Through its relentless study of alien biology, technology, and tactics, it provides invaluable intelligence to the Adeptus Mechanicus, Astra Militarum, and Adeptus Astartes. For example, the strategies used to combat Tyranid hive fleets, such as targeting synapse creatures to disrupt swarm cohesion, were developed through Ordo Xenos research. Similarly, countermeasures against Eldar ambushes and Tau long-range warfare have been refined thanks to data gathered by Ordo Xenos agents in the field. This knowledge often turns the tide in battles where ignorance of Xenos capabilities could spell disaster. The Ordo Xenos' work also extends to controlling the dissemination of alien technology and artifacts. The Imperium's rigid stance against Xenos artifacts is rooted in the belief that exposure to alien influence corrupts human purity. However, the Ordo Xenos operates in a gray area, studying and even weaponizing alien technologies to use against their creators. This has led to the development of specialized weapons and tools, such as experimental plasma-based weaponry inspired by Tau designs or bioengineered toxins tailored to counter Tyranid organisms. While such practices are heavily regulated and often concealed from the wider Imperium, their results have saved countless lives. Politically, the Ordo Xenos exerts influence by mediating or enforcing the Imperium's stance on alien interactions. Rogue traders, planetary governors, and even Imperial officials are often tempted to engage with Xenos for personal gain, trading resources or technology in violation of Imperial law. The Ordo Xenos acts as a check on such activities, rooting out those who would risk humanity's safety for short-term benefits. At the same time, its agents sometimes forge temporary alliances with alien factions, such as manipulating the Eldar to assist in combating mutual threats like the Tyranids. These delicate maneuvers require unparalleled cunning and often involve morally ambiguous decisions. Culturally, the Ordo Xenos shapes the Imperium's perception of aliens, reinforcing the doctrine that Xenos are humanity's ultimate adversaries. Through targeted purges, propaganda, and the suppression of heretical ideas, the Ordo Xenos ensures that the Imperium's population views aliens as abominations to be feared and destroyed. This unyielding stance helps maintain unity in a galaxy where existential threats abound, even if it comes at the cost of nuanced understanding or peaceful coexistence. The impact of the Ordo Xenos is perhaps most visible during crises that require large-scale mobilization, such as the Tyranic Wars or the Octarius War. In these moments, the Ordo Xenos steps out of the shadows to coordinate the Imperium's response, bringing together disparate forces to face a common enemy. The seamless integration of Death Watch kill teams, local planetary militias, and inquisitorial operatives is a testament to the Ordo Xenos' strategic acumen and its ability to wield the Imperium's might with precision. However, the Ordo Xenos' influence is not without its challenges. Its methods, often viewed as extreme or unorthodox, have drawn criticism from other factions within the Imperium. The use of exterminatus to deny resources to the Tyranids, the experimentation with alien artifacts, and the occasional alliances with Xenos factions are seen by some as necessary evils and by others as outright heresy. This tension underscores the fine line the Ordo Xenos must walk in fulfilling its mission. Perhaps the greatest testament to the Ordo Xenos' influence lies in its legacy of vigilance. The Imperium is vast, and alien threats are countless, but the Ordo Xenos ensures that no danger goes unnoticed. Its tireless efforts remind humanity that survival is not guaranteed, and that the cost of ignorance is extinction. Through its work, the Ordo Xenos not only protects the Imperium, but also shapes the galaxy itself, ensuring that humanity endures in the face of a hostile universe. The Ordo Xenos stands apart within the Inquisition, not merely in its focus on alien threats, but in the unique methods, technologies, and philosophies it employs. Operating at the intersection of secrecy, adaptability, and ruthless efficiency, the Ordo Xenos has developed a range of practices and tools that reflect the singular challenges of combating alien species. These unique aspects of the Ordo Xenos define its identity and its critical role in the Imperium. Perhaps the most distinctive characteristic of the Ordo Xenos is its investigative methodology. Unlike the Ordo Hereticus, which relies heavily on purges and mass arrests, or the Ordo Malleus, which uses brute force and psychic might to battle demonic entities, the Ordo Xenos employs a meticulous and often scientific approach. Its inquisitors are as much researchers as warriors, dedicating their lives to understanding the intricacies of alien biology, psychology, and culture. This knowledge allows them to identify vulnerabilities that can be exploited, whether it be a structural weakness in a Tyranid bioform or a psychological flaw in Tau negotiation strategies. Central to this effort is the study and containment of alien artifacts. Unlike other branches of the Inquisition, which might destroy such items outright, the Ordo Xenos often seeks to preserve and analyze them in controlled environments. Xenos technology, while anathema to the Imperium's dogma, represents a source of unparalleled knowledge. From reverse engineering Eldar Wraithbone constructs to examining the self-repairing mechanisms of Necron artifacts, the Ordo Xenos has unlocked insights that have directly influenced Imperial technology. These advancements, though rarely acknowledged publicly, have given the Imperium critical tools for survival. Another unique aspect of the Ordo Xenos is its reliance on specialized operatives and organizations. The Death Watch, an elite chapter of the Adeptus Astartes, serves as the Ordo Xenos' most potent weapon. Unlike traditional Space Marine chapters bound by rigid hierarchies and traditions, the Death Watch is composed of warriors drawn from multiple chapters, united by their expertise in combating Xenos. Their modular structure and ability to deploy as flexible kill teams make them uniquely suited to the diverse challenges posed by alien species. From covert strikes on Tyranid hives to surgical assaults on Eldar raiders, the Death Watch embodies the adaptability of the Ordo Xenos. Beyond the Death Watch, the Ordo Xenos employs an extensive network of field agents, acolytes, and informants. These individuals, often recruited from the fringes of Imperial society, possess skills that complement the Ordo Xenos' mission. Xenolinguists, rogue traders, and even sanctioned psychers contribute to operations, bringing knowledge and abilities that might be shunned in other branches of the Inquisition. This inclusivity reflects the Ordo Xenos' pragmatic ethos. Results take precedence over dogma. Tactically, the Ordo Xenos distinguishes itself through its emphasis on precision and preemption. Where the Astra Militarum might launch a massive planetary assault and the Adeptus Mechanicus might deploy overwhelming technological firepower, the Ordo Xenos focuses on eliminating threats before they can escalate. A single Death Watch kill team, armed with specialized weaponry and supported by detailed intelligence, can decapitate an Orc-Wa by assassinating its war boss or cripple a Genestealer cult by neutralizing its patriarch. These interventions, while often unseen by the wider Imperium, prevent disasters that could claim millions of lives. The Ordo Xenos also possesses unparalleled expertise in genetic and biological warfare. Its Magos biologist allies within the Adeptus Mechanicus have developed bioweapons specifically designed to target Xenos organisms. For instance, tailored toxins capable of disrupting Tyranid hive minds or viral agents that sterilize orc spores have proven invaluable in the fight against these relentless foes. While these weapons are used sparingly, they underscore the Ordo Xenos' willingness to embrace unconventional methods in the pursuit of its mission. One of the most controversial aspects of the Ordo Xenos is its approach to alliances and negotiation. While the Imperium officially espouses a policy of total xenophobia, the Ordo Xenos has, on rare occasions, engaged in temporary alliances with alien factions to achieve greater goals. The enigmatic Eldar, with their far-reaching knowledge of future events, are the most common partners in these uneasy truces. Such alliances are fraught with risk, as the Eldar's motives are rarely aligned with humanity's. But the Ordo Xenos has demonstrated an uncanny ability to navigate these treacherous waters, leveraging alien knowledge without succumbing to alien influence. The Ordo Xenos' secrecy is another defining trait. Its operations are conducted in the shadows, often without the knowledge of planetary governors, military commanders, or even other branches of the Inquisition. This secrecy allows the Ordo Xenos to act decisively and without interference, but it also isolates them from broader Imperial support. Many within the Imperium view the Ordo Xenos with suspicion, perceiving its willingness to study Xenos and use their technology as dangerously close to heresy. This perception adds an additional layer of complexity to their operations, as they must often balance their mission against the risk of internal censure. Finally, the Ordo Xenos' philosophy of adaptability sets it apart from the dogmatic rigidity of other Imperial institutions. Its agents are encouraged to think creatively, to question assumptions, and to take calculated risks. This flexibility is essential in a galaxy where no two alien species are alike and where survival often hinges on the ability to outthink rather than outfight an enemy. For the Ordo Xenos, victory is not just a matter of faith but of intellect and ingenuity, making it a unique force within the Imperium's vast and unyielding machinery. Throughout its long and storied history, the Ordo Xenos has been shaped by the actions of extraordinary individuals whose brilliance, determination, and moral ambiguity have defined its role in the Imperium. These figures, whether revered as heroes or condemned as rogues, stand as testaments to the Ordo Xenos' unyielding commitment to defending humanity from alien threats. From legendary inquisitors to notorious operatives, each has left an indelible mark on the Imperium. One of the most infamous figures in the Ordo Xenos' history is Inquisitor Cryptman, a name synonymous with the Tyranic Wars. Cryptman's contributions to humanity's survival against the Tyranids are unparalleled, though his methods remain highly controversial. It was Cryptman who first identified the nature of Hive Fleet Behemoth and devised the strategies that allowed the Imperium to halt its advance at Macragge. He pioneered the use of exterminatus on key planets to starve the Tyranids of biomass, a decision that, while effective, destroyed countless lives and earned him widespread condemnation. Cryptman's later actions, including the forced redirection of Hive Fleet Leviathan toward the orc-infested Octarius sector, cemented his reputation as both a savior and a pariah. Ultimately declared a rogue inquisitor, Cryptman's legacy is a complex mix of brilliance and ruthlessness. Inquisitor Bronislaw Shevak, another renowned member of the Ordo Xenos, is celebrated for his deep understanding of the Eldar. A master of xenology, Shevak's most audacious achievement was his infiltration of the Black Library, the Eldar repository of forbidden knowledge. This feat, unprecedented in Imperial history, allowed Shevak to gain critical insights into the nature of chaos and the Eldar's role in the galaxy. Despite his success, his actions drew the ire of both the Eldar and elements within the Imperium, who viewed his exposure to such knowledge as dangerously heretical. Shevak's enigmatic nature and his willingness to challenge conventional Imperial dogma make him one of the Ordo Xenos' most intriguing figures. The Ordo Xenos has also produced its share of legendary Death Watch commanders, whose exploits have become the stuff of legend. Among them is Watch Captain Artemis, a space marine of the Mortifactors, chapter who rose to prominence during the cleansing of the Venimal system. Artemis is renowned for his unrelenting hatred of Xenos and his mastery of Death Watch tactics. His leadership during the annihilation of a Genestealer-infested world and his decisive role in numerous skirmishes against Orc and Eldar forces highlight the Death Watch's importance as the Ordo Xenos' most formidable weapon. Another key figure in the Ordo Xenos' history is Inquisitor Lujan Tanius, known for her expertise in countering Tau infiltration. Tanius' ability to unearth hidden Tau sympathizers within Imperial worlds made her an invaluable asset during the Damocles Crusade. Her psychological acuity and understanding of Tau propaganda allowed her to disrupt their efforts to spread the philosophy of the greater good. While her methods were subtler than the overt destruction associated with other Inquisitors, her successes in stemming Tau influence earned her the respect of her peers and the fear of her enemies. The Ordo Xenos' operatives extend beyond its Inquisitors, encompassing a range of extraordinary individuals who have supported its mission. One such figure is Magos Genitor Andren Fell, a member of the Adeptus Mechanicus who worked closely with the Ordo Xenos to study Tyranid bioforms. Fell's pioneering research into the hive mind and its synaptic networks provided critical insights into the Tyranid's organizational structure, enabling the development of specialized weaponry. His work, though controversial within the Mechanicus for its reliance on Xenos samples, remains a cornerstone of the Imperium's anti-Tyranid strategies. The Ordo Xenos has also benefited from the services of rogue traders like Janus Drake, whose willingness to navigate uncharted territories and deal with alien species has yielded invaluable intelligence. Drake's encounters with various Xenos factions, including the Kroot and the Hrood, have provided the Ordo Xenos with data on alien cultures and weaknesses that would otherwise remain inaccessible. While Drake operates on the fringes of Imperial law, his contributions to the Ordo Xenos highlight the importance of unconventional allies. Finally, the Ordo Xenos' history is marked by unsung heroes whose names are known only to those within its ranks. Acolytes, assassins, and operatives, many of whom have sacrificed their lives in the line of duty, form the backbone of the Ordo Xenos' operations. Figures like Cassandra Vorn, an acolyte who infiltrated a Genestealer cult to expose its hidden patriarch, exemplify the courage and dedication required to serve this shadowy organization. Vorn's work, while uncelebrated by the wider Imperium, saved an entire hive city from destruction and ensured the Ordo Xenos' continued vigilance against such insidious threats. These individuals, whether celebrated or condemned, represent the breadth and depth of the Ordo Xenos' influence. Each has contributed to its mission in unique and vital ways, embodying the complexities and contradictions of an organization that operates at the edge of morality and necessity. Their legacies are a testament to the sacrifices required to protect humanity from the alien menace in a galaxy where no cost is too great for survival. The Ordo Xenos operates in the shadows, and its very nature demands a veil of secrecy to protect not only its methods, but also the Imperium's fragile faith in its own purity. Over millennia, this shadowy branch of the Inquisition has amassed a staggering array of hidden knowledge, forbidden artifacts, and unspeakable truths. These secrets are as much a source of power as they are a potential source of danger, for the knowledge guarded by the Ordo Xenos could destabilize the Imperium if it were ever fully revealed. One of the most closely guarded secrets of the Ordo Xenos is the true scope of alien infiltration within the Imperium. While the average Imperial citizen is taught to believe in the strength and unity of humanity, the reality is far bleaker. Genestealer cults, in particular, represent a widespread and insidious threat. Despite the Ordo Xenos' tireless efforts to contain these cults, they have taken root on countless worlds, including some within the Imperium's most vital sectors. High-ranking officials, planetary governors, and even members of the Adeptus Mechanicus have fallen under their sway. The Ordo Xenos maintains a strict policy of suppressing any information about the scale of these infestations, knowing that widespread panic could be as destructive as the Xenos threat itself. Another dark secret lies in the study and utilization of alien artifacts. While the Imperium officially condemns any use of Xenos technology as heretical, the Ordo Xenos has long understood the necessity of studying such devices to better understand and combat alien threats. Deep within the vaults of classified inquisitorial facilities lie relics of unimaginable power: Eldar soul stones, battlesuit fragments, Tyranid bioweapons, and even dormant Necron constructs. These artifacts are subjected to rigorous examination by trusted xenologists and magos biologists, but their very existence is kept hidden from the wider Imperium. The Ordo Xenos is acutely aware that exposure to such technology, even under the guise of study, could tempt weaker minds into corruption or heresy. One of the most enigmatic mysteries guarded by the Ordo Xenos concerns the Eldar and their connection to humanity. The Eldar's mastery of the webway, their seemingly prophetic foresight, and their frequent, if reluctant, interactions with the Imperium have led some inquisitors to suspect a deeper, more unsettling relationship between the two species. Certain classified records hint at cryptic warnings delivered by Eldar seers, suggesting that humanity's fate may be intertwined with that of their ancient, declining empire. These implications remain deeply troubling to the Ordo Xenos, and any attempt to disseminate such theories is swiftly silenced. The Tyranids represent another source of grim fascination for the Ordo Xenos. While the Imperium at large views them as a relentless force of nature, the Ordo Xenos has unearthed evidence suggesting that the Tyranids may have a far more sinister purpose. Certain captured bioforms display traits that seem designed specifically to counter humanity, leading some inquisitors to speculate that the hive fleets were guided toward the galaxy by an external intelligence. The identity of this hypothetical guiding force remains a closely guarded secret, even within the Ordo Xenos, as it challenges the Imperium's understanding of the Tyranids as mindless devourers. The Ordo Xenos is also deeply involved in monitoring emerging xenospecies that have yet to make themselves known to the wider Imperium. These include minor alien civilizations that operate on the fringes of known space, some of which possess technologies or biological traits that could rival those of more established Xenos empires. The Ordo Xenos often chooses to quarantine these species rather than engage them directly, preferring to observe their development in secrecy. These silent wars, fought far from the eyes of the Imperium, underscore the Ordo Xenos' commitment to containing threats before they can grow beyond control. Perhaps the most unsettling secret of the Ordo Xenos is its willingness to bend and occasionally break the rigid dogma of the Imperium to achieve its goals. Certain Inquisitors have been known to employ alien mercenaries, negotiate temporary truces with Xenos factions, or even adopt elements of alien technology in their personal arsenals. While such actions are deemed heretical by the wider Imperium, the Ordo Xenos justifies them as necessary evils in the unending war for survival. These moral compromises, while effective, create deep divisions within the Ordo Xenos itself, as Puritans clash with radicals over the boundaries of acceptable behavior. Even the existence of the Ordo Xenos itself is partially obscured from the wider Imperium. Most citizens and even many lower-ranking Imperial officials are unaware of its operations, believing instead that Xenos threats are handled solely by the Astra Militarum, Adeptus Mechanicus, or Space Marines. This deliberate obfuscation protects the Ordo Xenos' methods and ensures that its work can continue unimpeded by bureaucratic oversight or public scrutiny. In the shadows where it operates, the Ordo Xenos safeguards truths that could unravel the Imperium's fragile unity. Its secrets are both its greatest strength and its heaviest burden, ensuring that humanity survives while preserving the illusion of strength and purity. For those within the Ordo Xenos, the weight of these secrets is a constant reminder of the sacrifices required to defend humanity in a galaxy that offers no mercy. The legacy of the Ordo Xenos is one of sacrifice, secrecy, and relentless vigilance in the face of a galaxy teeming with threats beyond comprehension. Its agents, operatives, and allies work in the shadows, often unacknowledged, to preserve humanity's fragile existence against the countless alien dangers that seek to annihilate or corrupt it. In the unending war for survival, the Ordo Xenos is both a shield and a scalpel, its actions shaping the Imperium in ways that will resonate for millennia to come. In the grand tapestry of the Imperium, the Ordo Xenos operates as a silent guardian, ensuring that the alien menace does not overwhelm the galaxy. But its mission is not one of glory. The agents of the Ordo Xenos know that their victories will often remain unsung, their sacrifices unnoticed by the masses they protect. For them, the fight is not about recognition or reward. It is about ensuring that the light of humanity endures, no matter the cost. Yet the cost is immense. The Ordo Xenos' methods, while effective, often blur the lines between necessity and heresy. Its willingness to adopt alien technology, employ morally ambiguous tactics, and make ruthless decisions has left it isolated even within the Inquisition. Its agents carry the weight of secrets that could shatter the Imperium's fragile unity, their every action a balancing act between salvation and damnation. The future of the Ordo Xenos is as uncertain as the galaxy it defends. The threats it faces continue to evolve, with new Xeno species emerging and ancient empires awakening. The Tyranid hive fleets press ever deeper into Imperial space. The Tau expand their influence, and the Necron's long-dormant dynasties stir from their eons of slumber. Even the enigmatic Eldar, whose actions often align with humanity's survival, remain unpredictable and dangerous. In this ever-shifting landscape, the Ordo Xenos must adapt, innovate, and endure. For all its challenges, the Ordo Xenos remains a vital pillar of the Imperium's survival. It is a reminder that humanity's greatest strength lies not in its armies or its faith, but in its ability to learn, adapt, and overcome. The Ordo Xenos embodies these traits, standing as a bulwark against the galaxy's countless alien horrors. As we conclude this exploration of the Ordo Xenos, one truth becomes evident. Its work is never done. In the endless war for humanity's survival, the Ordo Xenos will continue to fight, its agents moving unseen and unthanked to ensure that mankind endures. Their vigilance is the thin line that separates survival from extinction, and their sacrifices form the foundation of humanity's fragile hope in a galaxy where the only certainty is war. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is no peace, but thanks to the Ordo Xenos, there is still humanity.